It's me and my buddy the moon today. Look at this view. How blessed is this view? So it is about 7:30. You can see I've been walking for an hour and 10 minutes now. Actually, an hour and 20 minutes. I'm coming up to the end of my cut. I've been cutting now for about 22 days. So I'm coming up to my final week, dropping from 14% body fat down to 10. I feel like I've hit the point now where I really am starting to kick into gear, and I'm starting to get into a bit more of a flow state. In every single marathon, you always sprint at the end, no matter what happens, because you don't want to be that guy in first place. When you're getting to the end of the race, you look back, you don't see anyone else behind you, and so you begin to slow down. No, my friends, that is the worst way to lose a race. When you do so much effort, you make so many efforts to start, you make so many efforts to, begin on this journey, and then you end it by just coasting, right? A lot of people, they start things, but they don't finish them. I'm not like that. I don't like to get started on something and not finish strong. So this is what I'm doing. For this last week, I'm really gonna commit to myself doing a ton more cardio. Like guys, I've been working super hard. Honestly, I can feel my energy levels dipping, but at the same time, I just can't accept failure. I can't accept giving in, and I don't want to allow myself to just coast. And you see it all the time. People want to maybe start a business, or they want to get in shape, or they want to go and attract the hot girl without realizing that they are entering a competition. They're entering a coliseum. They're entering a place where you're competing. And I think there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. Whenever you're in a competition with other men, you have to be ruthless. You can't give people an inch because they'll take a mile. You can't give them a finger because they'll take your whole arm. And that's the way that competition works. And that's the beauty of it. But at the same time, you can see how people can really fail because they aren't aware of this. They think that it's just me versus me, when it's really not. You might want to attract that hot girl. You might want to get in better shape to be able to defend yourself or whatever. Every single time you enter the arena with other men, you have to realize that you can't take your foot off the gas. When you're in the competition, a 100-meter race, whether it be a marathon, every single second matters. Every single thought that enters your brain that tries to convince you of giving up, of not believing in yourself. Every time you have these thoughts, it is your second thought that you can control. You can't control the first, but you can control the speed to which you can say, no, that is not what is going to happen this time. This time, I'm going to be committed. This time, I'm going to stay disciplined. This time, I'm going to commit. Every single day, that is your job, is to beat your mind. Don't let it win. Every single day, it's going to present you with doubt. Every single day, you're going to wonder if you're doing the right thing because your mind has a great way of trying to convince you of otherwise. Even with this physique, even having trained for years, every single time I step in the gym, it's a new day. It's a new reset. Whatever I did yesterday, whatever I did last week, I don't care if I PR'd and I did like how many kilos of how many reps and all of this stuff. It resets. There's no save button. It's not like my data is saved somewhere and, that's gonna matter. It's how do I show up today? How do I perform today? How much weight can I lift today to where I then break down my muscles to the most that they can be broken down so that I can build more muscle? Every single day I have to challenge myself. Every single day I can't think, well, yesterday I did great. Yesterday I worked out. I can't do that. I have to focus on today. Today is all you have. Yesterday is forgotten and tomorrow is not promised. So I want you to focus. What can you do today that your future self is going to be proud of? What can you do today that will set you up so that tomorrow will be that much better for you. That tomorrow you'll be that much more prepared. Every single day you have just a few hours. That's what people don't realize. You go to work, you sleep 7 to, 9 hours. Doesn't leave that many hours outside of that to really build your physique, to chase your dreams, to go after what it is that you really want to build. So you have to be ruthless with your time. You can't be wasting time on Netflix or scrolling or being on YouTube, just consuming. You have to take control of what you have, the hours in your day that you can commit to things. And most people overcomplicate it. They think that they have to do 1,001 things, but realistically, the majority of you guys just need to do one thing. If it's to lose weight, what is the one thing? Well, it's movement. If it's to build muscle, what is the one thing? It's lifting weights. If it's building a business, what is the one thing? Usually it's marketing. If it's getting that girlfriend, finding your wife, then it's going to be going on dates, putting yourself in positions to where you might attract the person that you're really looking for. But yeah, today's vibe is just doing what I can. That is today's vibe. I've been walking now for an hour and a half. Okay, yeah, I've been doing circles here, but that's because I want to enjoy this view before the sun goes down. I love this. I worked hard for this. You see, every single day you can create the life that you want to have. I love this. I'm at this high altitude, the view is hitting, the sun's going down, and I can enjoy this, you know? Like, this is something that I worked for. A lot of people want to just allow things to kind of happen in their life. They don't want to take the reins. They just want things to just click and happen. But that's not how things work. If you want to have a better life, if you want to have things of magnitude, things that most people could never dream of having, then you have to sacrifice things. You have to put yourself in the furnace. You know, someone that has graduated university, built his dream physique, got into super high paying jobs, created his own business. I've done a lot of things. Something that was really difficult for me to accept was that perhaps I wasn't doing enough. Perhaps I was just doing what I felt was enough, but in comparison to the people that are doing even better than me, I was barely doing anything. And I think having the humility to take a look at your life, reflect on what it is that you've done up until now, and to be like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I could be doing more. Maybe this isn't enough. I think that's where the growth really lies. Because sometimes I might look at my life and I might think, yeah, you know what? I'm doing all right. I've done quite a lot of things and I've achieved a lot of things, but at the same time, I know that I could have achieved more. And so you become a bit complacent. You become a bit okay with your current way that you've kind of been operating. But like I said, in comparison to other people, I could be doing way more. And I think people look at me sometimes and maybe they'll be like, yeah, well, you know, Brandon, you shouldn't think like that. You're doing so well. And they kind of put me on a pedestal and they think like, well, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do all the things that you're doing. You're just built different. But I'm telling you, if you're watching this video, you are just as capable as I am. There is no difference between me and you. There is no difference. There's no, yeah, but you know, you have this and I don't have that thing. We are the same. There is no difference between you and I. The only difference, it's in the decisions that I decided to take that got me to the point where I'm at right now. The reason why your life doesn't look the same way as mine does isn't because we're somewhat different. It's actually because I've just taken a different path. I've taken choices that are just different to yours. And the important thing is to own up to your decisions, is to be like, yeah, you know what? I did that. I chose to do that. That's the path that I chose to do. Like today, I could have hung out with my girlfriend. I chose to go on this walk. I chose to dedicate, I don't know, 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours to doing cardio, to creating content for you guys, better myself, better my future self, make sure that, you know, my mind is better off. The way that I function is better. My health is better. I take care of myself. These are the things that people don't realize. They think that all of a sudden this person just was born with this thing. They think that you're just born with these qualities, or that this person is taking something and steroids and this peptide and that thing. And at the end of the day, the truth will always come to light. And the truth of the matter is always really based in what decisions someone takes. And the body is proof of everything. If you look at someone's body, it can tell you exactly what they've been doing. Whether it be that they're unnatural, whether it be that they're natural, whether it be that they have a bad kidney or they have bad joints, or they're putting off their health, they're not taking good care of themselves. Like, all of those things are visible in the body. And I think that that's something you can't really escape, especially as we get older. You know, you see some guys that are young and maybe they experiment with certain performance enhancing drugs, or maybe they try to cheat or take some shortcuts to their goals. But you quickly see it. You see it in their face. You see it in the way their voice sounds. You see it in their skin, their hair, right? All of these kind of things show you the reality of their decisions. And then you also have the guys that do nothing, the guys that sit around, the guys that play video games for hours in their day, or watch Netflix, or go out drinking on the weekends. You can see all of their habits show in the way that their body looks. And that's not to say that I'm just judging people with how their body looks and I'm this judgmental guy, but this is factual. This is truth. A lot of people will come to me and they'll send me DMs of their physiques, and they'll be like, Brandon, what do you think? What do you think of the way that my physique looks? What do I need to do? What do I need to improve? And it's like, man, I can see directly what the issues are. This doesn't come from a place of judgment. This comes from a place of love. This comes from a place of, I've been there before. I know the importance of decisions. If you're someone that takes your decisions lightly and you don't really think twice before making a decision, then yeah, I'm going to see that. I'm going to see the weekends that you spend going out drinking with your friends. I'm going to see the times when you are being disciplined and when you're not. And the bottom line is, who cares what I think? At the end of the day, it's you. It's your subconscious mind that sees everything. The more times that you cheat on your diet, the more times that you cheat on your workout, the more times you cheat on a girl, the more times that you do things that you're not supposed to be doing, you are taking note. And maybe that's why I won't blow up on YouTube, because I tell you the realest truths. Most people wouldn't dare to say that to you. I will, because I care more. I don't do this for clout. I do this because I care. And that's the difference.